one last bit of evidence. And then I think I've flogged this horse. Here's a site that one of my clients had. And you notice up here, it says homesandstockton.com, Homes, News, and Market Trends. And the site was a product site. It was a site where you could do MLS searches, you could read about neighborhoods, we had a little bit of verbiage about the team, but more than anything, it was a product site. My realtor came to me and said, you know, but my brand, and I said, la, 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 and she said, no, but my brand, I've been working on my brand for 2 years, it's this caricature of me, it's a little picture of my face, it's on all the marketing I do, I really, really need it. And I said, give me 90 days. So at the end of 90 days, I sent her all of her analytics. She had what's called a 39% bounce rate. A bounce rate is somebody that searches Stockton real estate, finds your site, sees the little description, clicks on it, sees the site and says, I'm out of here, back. And they go back and look for another site. That's a bounce rate. And it's something we pay a lot of attention to. She had a 39% bounce rate, which, okay, 3.9%, almost 4 people bounce, 6 stuck. And on the internet, that's a big number. So at the end of 90 days, we just made this one change to her site. This house right here fell out of the sky and kind of reconstructed, and we just slid her in. And we changed it to the Central Valley's Elite Home Specialist. Bounce rate went to 58%. What's the difference? These 3 guys go moose hunting every year up in Alaska. And every year they get the same guide. And every year they get the same float plane. And every year they go to the same lake. And so they book the trip, they go to the guide, they get on the float plane, it's a different pilot. Pilot drops them in, they go moose hunting. Pilot picks them up, you know, they're in Alaska. They're out in the middle of nowhere. Plane flies away, pilot comes back a week later. It's a different pilot than they've ever had before. Pilot's waiting for him in the float plane, and one of them drags a moose out, and he ties it to the pontoon of the airplane. The pilot looks down and says, that's a big moose. And he said, well, wait a minute, my buddies are coming. Another one drags the moose out, and the pilot says, there's 2 mooses. This is an airplane, 3 people. We're not going to get out of here. And the guy says, look, we do this every year. We come to the same lake. We all get mooses. We have the same airplane. It's the same lake. The only thing that's different is the pilot. What's going on? I mean, we're going to do it. Okay, well, let's get out of here. Wait a minute. Our 3rd buddy isn't here, and he drags a moose out. They tie the 3rd moose up to the pontoon, and the pilot's just going, this is crazy. We're not going to make this. And the guy goes through the same speech again. The pilot says, okay, if you guys say so. So they take this airplane, they take it all the way to one side of the lake, they turn it around, they push it into the weeds, they open the windows, they all hold their hands out and grab hold of grass and trees and anything they can. The pilot jams the motor, they hold on, they let go. The plane goes rushing down the lake. Just barely gets off in time, clips a tree, does 2 end over ends. They all go flying. They're laying in the snow unconscious. And one of them turns to the other and says, Bob, are you okay? And Bob says, I'm fine. He says, where are we? He says, 100 yards further than last year. In my presentation, and especially in this one, we covered a bunch of information. We don't expect you to grasp it. We do 2 things. One, we expect that I've given you a 30,000-foot view on what a website should look like. You will never look at a real estate website again. If you decide to hire somebody to design, a designer, you're going to have a much different conversation with that designer than you would have had yesterday. And in addition, we're going to provide, and Justin, this is really important, for everybody who signs up or everybody who has signed up, we've got a 90-day email course. One thing, I've been to a lot of real estate seminars. I've given a few. I've been to a lot. I've sat where you sit. And one of the things I know for a fact is 90% of the people in this room will leave tomorrow, and by Monday, their workday will be exactly the way it was yesterday. So we made it our goal to change the way you guys look at the internet and change how you do your business.